All right, so I've got a few people watching. I'm gonna make this really, really short. So today on LinkedIn, if you're not following me on LinkedIn, go ahead and connect with me. I'm on there as Ashley Watkins, NCRW. And so you can connect with me there. And I share a lot of personal stories about recruiting, job searching, interviewing, resumes, cover letters, all that good stuff. So make sure that you connect with me there. So today I shared a story on LinkedIn about a time when I had gotten laid off for my recruiting job in banking. That was back in 2006. And they laid me off, like my last day was maybe a week before Christmas. That was my last day. And so before that, though, I had already been searching for jobs. So what inspired me to tell this story is that I'm talking a lot right now about rejection and how to handle rejection in your job search, because it can be a very depressing situation. I went through a lot of different emotions. I was kind of happy because I didn't really like that job anyway, but I kind of wanted to end on my own terms, so that frustrated me. I was angry. I was happy. I was sad. I was confused because I was actually doing a good job, and I didn't know why they would get rid of me. I mean, I was an awesome recruiter. And so then, I started applying for jobs, and what I thought about was, all right, they laid me off a week before Christmas. So this means I do not have to fight for people to get time off for Christmas. I get to enjoy time with my family and not worried about rushing back to work. Well, once I had my last day, I think it was like December 15th or something, 2006. And I started immediately getting calls for interviews. And after submitting my resumes, I got referrals. I reached out to my network, let people know that I had gotten laid off. And I interviewed with this one particular company. It was a great opportunity. It was a recruiting job. And the guy was really nice when I interviewed with him over the phone, and we set up some face-to-face interview. Well, I got sick. I actually ended up with I had a sinus infection, so I thought, and then it progressed into pneumonia. So I had to reschedule the interview when I went to the doctor for the sinus infection. And then I went to the doctor again because it wasn't going away. And I found out I had pneumonia. So I let this guy know, like, again, I'm going to have to reschedule this interview. He was not feeling it. Like, he completely ghosted me. So he was not. I mean, if you're not familiar with the term ghosted, that's when somebody just doesn't respond to you, where you may have had communication with them in the past and then they just don't respond to your emails, your phone calls, whatever. Ghosting is real, and it happens on both sides. Most of the candidates are upset because recruiters will ghost you, or hiring managers, but then the candidates will ghost recruiters by not responding. They'll set up interviews and then just don't show up. Well, anyway, so this particular situation, he actually ghosted me after I had to reschedule. And so he never called me back. And that was a job that I just knew I wanted this job. Everything, it checked every box for me. It was amazing. And then, so needless to say, I did not get this particular job. And I started a brand new job. I actually got a call for a recruiting position that was paying way more money. I did have to relocate for this position. But then, I started the job. It was great. And then I had a position open for like a learning and development manager or something like that. I had that position open, and guess who applied for my position? It was the guy that I had interviewed with, and I saw the name, and it immediately, at first I was a little petty, and I was like, you ain't getting through here. Like, this is not going to be your opportunity. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, it could have been something crazy that happened, the reason why he's not going to call me back about this job, but that he didn't call me back about that job or whatever. But I read his cover letter. Since y'all think people don't read cover letters, we do read cover letters as recruiters. Read the cover letter, and his company was laying him off. They were actually closing, being bought out or something like that. But either way, they were like doing a mass layoff. And so I thought back to how I felt, kind of being upset that this guy didn't call me back and he didn't do whatever. And so I found my blessing in the fact that I was rejected. I found my blessing in the fact that I was not able to join that company, because there I would have been right back in that situation that I had been in, at being laid off and not knowing what to do next, worrying about insurance, worrying about, how am I going to, pay my bills after this severance runs out, and, and stuff like that. And being that I would have started it and 2 weeks later getting laid off, I probably wouldn't have gotten any benefits. So yeah, so this is a story that I wanted to share for you. So when people tell you no, when you get rejection letters and stuff like that, don't always see it as something personal. Don't look at it as, it's something that you did wrong. It may be just your blessing in disguise. So just try to find the silver lining in it some kind of way. Because that's what happened to me. I really thought that job was mine. I knew I had it in the bag. I thought we developed a good relationship, and I couldn't understand why he wouldn't respond to me. Why didn't he understand that I was sick? Why did he not understand that, I wasn't faking, like I really was sick. I went on to other interviews sick. My brother drove me to a lot of interviews. I would take vitamin C tablets and stuff right before the interview just to get kind of pumped up. I drink a Coke. I normally don't drink caffeinated beverages. So drinking Coke and everything and trying to get pumped up. And then I would sleep all the way home. I would take my medicine and just go straight to sleep. Like, yeah, I was interviewing with people with walking pneumonia. By the time you take your antibiotics, you're not contagious. So I made sure I wasn't contagious before I was going in those people's places of business with my sick self. But yeah, I did what I had to do to try to get those, to get those opportunities. And had he not ghosted me, then I would have been laid off, and you just no telling where I would have been. So just try to see the blessings in your rejection. I'm just going to, say that really quickly. I've got to jump off in a second. But yeah, that's my personal story. If you want to, to read it and kind of read the comments and conversation around that, you can go to my LinkedIn profile, and it's Ashley Watkins, NCRW. I'm on LinkedIn. I do accept requests. Just shoot me a little note and say that you saw this live video. Share this with your friends in case somebody needs a little bit of inspiration if they're feeling, a little slighted because they're getting rejected. You never know that there's, there may be a blessing in the fact that you're being told no. One closed door is not going to stop. You keep looking, keep pushing until you actually land that right fit role. And, opportunities come in, in different ways. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, it happened to me, and look at me now. I'm okay. I made it. Somebody told me no, but I'm still here. Know that you only need one yes. So you may get a lot of doors closed in your face, but those are, that's the universe weeding those things out for you so you can find your right fit role. So that's all I got for today. If you guys want to reach me, you can, if you're on Instagram, you can go to the link in my bio, and you can schedule an appointment with me if you want to talk about some things in your job search, get help with resumes, cover letters, LinkedIn profiles, all of that good stuff. Go ahead and hop over to my bio. If you're watching me on Facebook, I have pinned a comment with all of the information, how to book a free consult and everything. And I will talk to you guys later. See you later.